New at 5, the state economist says a new recession is probably looming in Georgia. He gave the gloomy forecast to lawmakers today who are spending the week at the state capitol talking about money. 11 Alive's Doug Richards joining us now to explain the factors tied to this forecast. Doug.
Well, you know, a lot of us, when we think about recessions, might harken back 16 or 17 years ago to that big one that was started by bad mortgages. It threw a lot of people out of work. It was a lousy time for a lot of people. But the state economist says that if there is a recession this year, fear not, it will not be nearly anywhere close to as bad as that one.
So what is the outlook for the economy then?
The good news, state economist Bob Bushman told lawmakers, is the rapid inflation of 3 years ago has slowed considerably. Gasoline prices in particular have dropped. Georgia's unemployment rate is lower than the national average. Bushman says it looks good, but not necessarily good enough for Georgia to avoid a recession in the first half of this year. In fact, he says the probability is
63%. I lean toward there probably being a recession, but it being a mild one.
The main reason, he told lawmakers, is that interest rates are still high, led by mortgage rates that are dampening somewhat the state's real estate markets, at least compared to a few years ago. And while inflation has slowed,
inflation is not down enough yet. And so the Fed's going to stay tight for a little while longer. There's a risk that they may stay too tight for too long and tip us over into recession.
Meantime, the state government's coffers are still flush with cash. The state is planning a spending spree on transportation projects, on school buses, on state employee salary hikes, and cuts to income taxes. Yet Bushman says it's only part of the picture.
Can we really fall into a recession with demand for labor so strong and unemployment so low? Well, of course we can.
So when inflation surged in 2021, it became a considerable political issue. If there is a recession this year, many of us will feel it, but we will hear about it a whole lot more during an election year. We are live at the Capitol tonight. Back to you.
All right, Doug, thank you so much. Meanwhile,